Hey SPN family, I'm Zach.
And I'm Jill.
And this is Roadhouse Idiots. So we had a very good Thanksgiving. We hope you did too. We're kind of back from our little holiday hiatus there, and we're going to keep doing what we've been doing for the past couple of weeks.
Yeah.
To start this episode off, we do have a few announcements that we want to make.
We've got some SPN PSAs. And just to touch on what Zach said, we had a very nice Thanksgiving. We had a lot of family come by, and so that sort of put us a little bit behind on our filming schedule. So happy December, guys. Notice we're filming this a little bit late, but it kind of came at a good time because we were able to bring up a few PSAs. Just yesterday in the mail, I got my sleigh shirt from the Creation Stands of Ruth, or Rowena's campaign for sleigh. And speaking of Creation Stands, that sort of, with the holidays coming around, with everything coming around, we've sort of got a three-way campaign going down between Jensen, Jarrett, and Misha are all doing another one of their campaigns. However, guys, just for notice, not that it matters, but just to keep it clear, it is not one of the Represent campaigns.
Right.
So it's separate. It's not part of the Always Keep Fighting campaign. However, it's still a really good cause. It is a Creation Stands campaign. So that's like this style shirt, not this particular one, but this same fabric and material that will be. Also, it has some red on it. So if you're looking to see like the shade of red, I'm almost certain it will come in this color if you're looking to know. It's a love campaign. Here's a link to where you can buy the different shirts, hoodies, and beanies are out there this time if you're a beanie person. And it will still have, the funds of it are still going to charities, and it's going to families that are in need for the holiday season, which is still a really good cause. So if you are interested in that anyway, or you just want another SPN shirt, or you're thinking of a good Christmas gift, giving back to the community and getting something supernatural for yourself, that's out. And finally,
we have two new babies, so we want to say
SPN family.
Congratulations to Jensen Ackles and Danielle Ackles on the birth of their twin son and daughter, Zeppelin, Bram, and Arrow Rhodes.
Yes, they just announced yesterday that they gave birth. Both babies are doing great and very healthy. You can check out on Jensen's Instagram for the official announcement. No photos are being posted yet. We just have a little thing 1 and thing 2 going on. And congrats to JJ for being a big sister.
Absolutely.
So that's really fun. And we've got another one coming soon for the Padalakis.
Oh, yeah, we do.
So, congratulations in advance to them. We'll give them their official congratulations once they have it. But having said that, that sort of catches us up on our PSAs. And forgive me, really. It's more my fault, not his. As editor, we have a fun Thanksgiving video that we made. It just required a lot more editing, and I had a really busy work week. So I'm going to give that to you guys. You're going to just get that as a bonus video. It's not going to take like another week, but you're going to see it after this video, like a day after this video. So sorry about that. But we do a fun SPN draft. It does say Thanksgiving edition on there, even though we're a little bit past it. So keep your eyes open for that.
All right. Let's talk about this past week's episode.
Yes.
So we start off, cold open is these two idiots who think they're, being funny and doing like satanic rituals.
I think one thinks he's being funny and one is really serious about it.
You're right. But yeah, they have this artifact that it's like a stone that they use to summon Lucifer from the depths of the ocean.
Like these foolish characters every now and then, and they're always like into something dark, and they think it makes them cool, and then they always end up dead.
Yep. Kind of that kind of reminded me of that episode in season 5. I think it was actually at the very first episode of Supernatural that I saw before I
brought you into Supernatural.
Where it was like Sam and that kid switched bodies.
Yes, that was hysterical. I thought of the same thing, and they.
So it was kind of. That's what it reminded me of.
Reminiscent of that.
Yep. So they summon Lucifer. Lucifer, does this, snaps an X, dead.
Yeah, it's his favorite go-to move.
We get a nice little... Charlie
sorry,
fell.
Charlie.
We had a nice little funny moment at the beginning with Dean playing Words with Friends.
Oh my gosh.
Mary.
And how great the little details on that phone. First of all, I loved the pen names for both Mary and Dean. So go back and check those out. Some like Impala love. And then loving the fact that Dean's letters on his board
spell
out Lucifer. So really great like little details. How perfect for like Dean to be playing, as Sam put it, like a game that's just outdated, but then saying taking advantage of Mom, which I don't think it is, like Sam, because Words with Friend is really Scrabble, and Scrabble had to be popular, like when Mary was.
So we get word that Lucifer / Vince Vincente / Rick Springfield is getting his old band back together, which I'm kind of happy that the writers hit on this, because that's been a trend with like old bands getting back together.
And everything right now.
Guns N' Roses, Motley Crue just had their final tour, etc., etc., etc. So a little, I don't know if it was like a nod or a, kind of like
keeping it trendy.
Keeping it trendy that way. So he gets his old band back together, which
kills them.
And then kills them. He gets this big record label exec who was like one of Crowley's former minions, clearly still a demon, kind of running the show, and then they have this just terrible person as their manager, like that lady who's just like, I don't know, seemed very pompous to me. He's like, oh, we have like all these BuzzFeed pages, and you got all these likes on SoundCloud and blah, blah, blah,
that
blah.
That was excellent. That was like so right on par. And they have to be ruthless people. And that if you work in that job, you do people do terrible things.
And I'm not kind of dissing on the character, because that's how those kinds of people are.
And she played it great.
Yeah.
Because that's like, you have to have that type of personality to do that type of job. Because you see a lot of things that you're not allowed to talk about, that you just have to deal with. Like, it comes with the territory if you're going to do that style of job.
Yep. So band gets back together, and the whole idea is that they're going to play a reunion show in an unknown location, get a bunch of fans or whoever to attend.
Yeah, and get all the hype stirred up.
And then, Lucifer's gonna, I don't know what his plan was, because as he said, he doesn't have a plan.
I really appreciated that. Yeah. Honestly, that was my favorite part of this episode.
Mine too.
Because I said this, I had a little bit of a problem with them going from like Lucifer as this like huge almighty power that they captured and put into the cage, and then we brought him out of the cage, and then we had this whole like reconciliation with God, and okay, we're cool, and then all of a sudden he's out destroying the world again. And so I liked that they at least, the writers realized, we need an explanation for this. Mm-hmm. And they chose to go down the route of Lucifer is just a hurting child at the end of the day. Like, he is in so much pain. He feels rejected. He felt that he made this effort to reach out to God, and God once again just like slapped him in the face.
Yep.
8 miles of daddy issues, and is choosing to just take it out in the most negative way possible, because that's what he knows and that's what he goes back to. Mm-hmm. So like, when I saw that and heard like that explanation for it, I was able to get on board with, okay, this is why he's doing it, and it can be random. It gives the excuse for it to be random. I also, little bit of a segue here, but with the Gang of Four, our J2M2 having to work together, mm-hmm. Sam, Dean, Cass, and Crowley, we had a great opportunity to just, A, it's always funny when the four of them have to work together, and B, it kind of reminded me, like, towards the end when Crowley had, like, the bloodied eye.
Yeah.
And Dean was sort of complimenting, like, hey, nice job holding it back. And I was like, well, if the Men of Letters isn't too happy about you befriending a vampire, how is the Men of Letters going to feel about you being allies with the king of hell?
Yeah.
So I think that that's something that is going to sort of like come up to the surface. I wonder if like that's sort of a pairing of, who do they hate more, Sam and Dean? Like Crowley or this Men of Letters? I don't think it's going to happen next week because next week's the mid-season finale. I think that's something that's going to come back after the holiday break.
It will, yeah. So good segue. So we got like a little 20-second preview of next week's episode, which is episode 8, which I feel like it's really early for a mid-season finale, but I guess like they're
with
gonna
the holidays,
CW's
and
backloading the new episodes.
Mr. Ackles just had twins. There's
Touché.
a chance that he suggested in the schedule. Like there's a possibility that maybe he wanted some maternity leave. 3 kids is a lot.
Very possible. So a couple of interesting things that I saw in the clip that CW showed was Lucifer he found a safe zone. Mm-hmm. I don't really know what to make of that. But did we see Baby get destroyed?
Baby gets destroyed a lot. It's been a while. So with the grenade launcher is gonna finally go off.
I don't know if they're just throwing that in as a teaser, and it could be like
the grenade launcher.
Well, I know the grenade launcher's been played, but what I mean is do you think like that?
You keep hitting Charlie.
Do you think that scene happens in reality, or is that maybe part of like a dream sequence or something
I see
along
what
those
you're
lines?
saying.
Like, are they really gonna
blow up Baby?
Because in season 2, they crashed the car. Yeah, you can repair that.
Well, season 1 they crashed the car.
You know what I mean?
And then
season 1 into 2, but
no, do
they
you remember?
blew it up. It got blown to smithereens.
Let's go back to, first of all, this car has been broken so many times.
But not blown to smithereens.
Right, but in season 2, from the crash of season 1.
Yep.
Bobby, how idiots. Bobby was talking about to Sam how they should just scrap it because there was hardly anything. There was nothing left of that to save. And Sam was like, even if there's just one working part, that'll be enough for Dean. Mm-hmm. He's gonna want to fix up this car. So they can screw with Baby. They'll fix it.
I think there's a difference between having a wrecked car and one that's completely blown to a million pieces.
Yeah. So
that's just my takeaway. My other takeaway from that, and just kind of looking at the season as a whole up to this point.
Yeah.
There was that scene in this week's episode
little feet.
Where Sam, Dean, Cass, and Crowley are literally just sitting around waiting for something to happen.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Yeah.
I
see where you're going with this.
That's kind of how I've been feeling as a viewer. Episode 6 aside, but episode 5 and episode 7, I just feel like I'm just sitting around waiting for something. Exactly.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's a little slow, but I enjoyed the Lucifer explanation. And
I did too.
And before, because we're kind of getting to our wrap-up segment of, I think you're right, this is completely off topic, but I have to say this, especially because, as we know, a large portion of our viewers, and more prominently supernatural viewers, is a female audience. Mm-hmm. So, how much was that, the most amazing excuse? They're like, how do we get Sam and Dean in those outfits? We'll photograph them for a fake fan. This has nothing to do with the content of the show, but it was you knew it was just yeah, let's put eye candy in amazingly great outfits. Mm-hmm. That was just a little Christmas gift to the fans. That's all that was.
Yeah.
There was no purpose for it. They did make fun of the flannel, but I mean it was still funny.
Yeah, it was
enjoyable. All right, sorry, we can go back to our waiting for Men of Letters.
But I'm waiting for that to kind of reintroduce itself because it's been 3 weeks.
Yeah, but all of that happens. Every major thing of the season, you always get a few weeks of a break for it.
Maybe I'm just impatient.
You are.
All right. What was your rating for this week's episode?
All right, I got mine. You got yours?
I do have mine.
All right. Hey. You have what? Is that 6?
It's a 6.
I have a 7. So
all right,
6.5. So 6.5 stars. I gave it the extra star because I really appreciate finally giving an explanation for the Lucifer thing.
I did too. That's like one of my points. Yeah.
And I laughed at the cucumber water bit. I laughed at the words with friends bit. 6.5, yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah. I just kind of felt like...
Yeah, it's gonna...
After the Lucifer monologue, which I thought was really, really well done, I don't know, it was just kind of like...
as much to the episode. I agree, but, here's what I will say. I do believe the second half to this season...
I hope so.
I really do.
I hope you're right.
I feel like it's going to be really good. Like, the Men of Letters plot is going to be where it's at. They just don't have enough to fully extinguish that.
I hope you're right. I hope we don't have another season 6. I hope we have another season, like...
It's not going to be a season 6, man. God! Sorry, season 6 lovers. I mean, hey. If nothing else, season 6 brought us a French mistake. So.
Touche. Yeah, I hope we have more of a season 10 than a season 6.
A season 10?
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So, let us know in the comments below, what did you think of the whole Lucifer explanation plot? Were you satisfied with it? Did you just feel like it was just an excuse that they put up there? Did you enjoy it? What was your favorite, funniest moment for this episode? Was it one of the Cass and Crowley bits, Cass needing a break? Was it the Words with Friends part with Mary at the beginning? Great little ways just to keep her in it.
Enjoy hearing ass butt again.
Or ass butt, which is like Cass's go-to line when he's with his brothers.
Haven't heard it in 7 years.
Yeah.
6.5 years.
It's his favorite. It's his favorite go-to line when he's fighting with his brothers. So that was sort of enjoyable. Guys, thank you so much for watching this week's video and bearing with us through our crazy holiday hectic schedule. As always, please subscribe to these videos so you can catch out our new videos, usually on every Friday. Thanks so much for stopping by the Roadhouse.
Carry on and have a wayward week.